Sometimes when you're on a spiritual journey, it gets lonely. And sometimes it can feel like the world and people around you don't understand you. It can feel like that sometimes. We're going to discuss it. Let's go. Hi, Rasheeal Dixon here from MindworthyInfo.com, and I'm also the host of the podcast, You Are God. Such a beautiful feeling that you can join me for another installment of Mystical Thinking with Rasheeal Dixon. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so that you'll never miss a video. Howdy, such a joy to have you. And if you caught the last video where I spoke about how you will never be lonely, if you knew what was discussed in it, then you would have found it to be very helpful. If you didn't catch it, then I recommend that you go and check it out because it's very insightful. Today, we are going to discuss the lonely spiritual journey and how sometimes being on this spiritual journey, it may seem lonely at times, especially if you're around people who don't understand you or understand the road that you're on. It can become very difficult if you are around folks who come from organized religions, and you may no longer feel like those religions feed your soul. You might even feel like everything you were taught before was a lie. And now you're starting to come in line with the truth, or what you feel to be your truth. Click the link below and listen to the podcast episode, The Epitome of Truth. Truth is different for some, and for some people, their truth is believing that some outside God is going to save them. I'm not saying that is wrong, but I want you to answer this question. When have an outside God ever came from the sky and saved anyone? When have a statue that someone prayed to saved them? Now, their belief in the power of the statue is what worked, and they have assigned the fact that they were saved or helped to the particular statue that they might have prayed to. But to put things in a different light, you can believe in a bowl of water, and if you believe deep enough, that will bring the effects of what you're looking for or seeking. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Neither is there any breath in their mouths. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusteth in them. Psalms 135:16-18. Most who trust in these statues or figurines don't understand the meaning of I am as seen in so many churches. The lonely spiritual road is one where at times you can feel like you're on your own. You might even feel like your views or your concepts might come off as wacko or crazy. Well, it does to the ones who are still sleeping and hoping that they'll get saved, not knowing that greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. When you don't pay close attention to the voice that is in your head or to the feeling that is moving you, then all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure. The spiritual impacts the physical, and if spiritually you aren't properly fed, then you will only deprive and drain yourself physically. It isn't a great feeling, especially if you're left to feel like a loner, with conversations that don't fit in with most of the people that you're around. This is one great thing about the times that we live in today. In this era, we can learn online and join groups with like-minded individuals. When you're really seeking, you'll find what you're looking for, because you will bend the universe to your cause, to your will, and to your purpose. A person who seeks faults and problems with everything will always find them. You ever notice that? So this means that you on this spiritual road, although it may seem lonely, will find your true place, especially if you don't settle or compromise who you are. It's that inner God waiting to be expressed and given life. But if you don't express it in your way, then you will only hamper your growth, and you'll continue to have a real uneasy feeling. Don't stifle your growth. Allow it to flourish by being real to you. Others might not get you, but it's because those who choose to think outside of the box or choose to be different at times won't be understood by the average. You are here to express the Creator that is in you, and people like us aren't meant to hide who we are, because if you do, then it's like you're hiding a piece of you. You can't change the reflection in the mirror by breaking the mirror. Neither can you hide from your shadow by pretending it isn't there. When you're on this journey, it's important that you allow yourself to grow. And if others don't understand you, it's perfectly fine. Because if you know who you are, then no matter what others say or do, it won't affect you. An eagle wouldn't worry about a grasshopper, neither would a lion care about a worm. When you're in a different world, all that matters, or what should matter, is the reality that you're creating. And never let someone else's reality become your own. You know who you are, and by you knowing it, it will set you free. It will bring you comfort in times when you may feel like despair is all around you. It is a sense of peace when all that you encounter may feel like a lack of harmony, an uncomfortable situation. Always remember that life is going through you and not to you. Your spiritual journey is your own awakening, and sometimes others might not understand it. But maybe it's because you have outgrown the usual religious programming and have downloaded a new operating system, a new system that you wrote and coded, one that you own and are in charge of. And by you being in charge, you will make it fit within the context of the world that you live in. You aren't supposed to live in the eyes of the world, but you're supposed to craft the world within the view of what you want to see with your own eyes. After all, you are God, and you are the creator of everything. The seeds that you plant today will become your harvest of tomorrow. So this is why it's important that you plant seeds that are in harmony with your ideals. These must be seeds that fit within the context of who you are and what you want to be. Because if you can feel it real and commune with your own head upon your bed, then you will commune with the infinite and with a force that no one can ruin. This force holds tremendous power, and with it you can create or you can destroy. The journey on your new spiritual path might seem lonely at times, but trust me, in the end, it will all be worth it. If no one understands you, it doesn't matter, because what really matters is that you understand you. Get what I'm saying? There is no other, and you being on a newfound journey can possibly help everyone who is like you. And just by you being real to yourself is something that can help a world of people. Make it clear that you won't give up because you can't, especially if you are truly on a new spiritual journey where you are awakened to the God within. This God, which is the all-powerful God, the true living God, not one in the sky in a distant land. Think about it. I thank you all for joining me. If you want to get a newsletter that feeds your soul, feel free to come on over to mindworthyinfo.com and subscribe. Great teachings. Don't forget to stop by the podcast and listen to You Are God. After all, that is what you are, you know. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Until next time, may you all have a good one. Now, we shall all go and study. Click the link and let's go to the podcast for deeper teachings. With us, you're never on the journey alone. Now, let's go. I'll meet you over there on the podcast. Let's go. Come on. Meet you at the podcast.